What's up, people? As some of you may know, I'm doing a Legends project with the MLB 14. The show started on the PlayStation 3 version, and like I mentioned, I was going to transfer it over to PlayStation 4. Well, I started browsing the rosters that were available, and I came up on a lot of like really cool stuff. So I was basically what I was looking at was I was looking to see if I could find something that was going to like make me not necessarily have to start from ground zero. And I did find it. I found this guy here, Dominator, who has a ongoing roster set he's making, and he's pretty much been updating it pretty well. I looked through it. I don't like necessarily agree with everything that he has, and some of it doesn't necessarily match everything that I'm trying to do. So it's a kind of like a little bit of two different types of projects, I think, but even though very similar. But it was definitely enough for me to use as a jump off point. Some of the things that I don't like, the one I downloaded is this all-time version 7 by Dominator. Is the one that was done just like on May 4th was the last time he touched it. So I'll show you some of the stuff that I'm gonna change, and it's definitely no knock on his work or whatever. Did a great job for what I don't know exactly what he was trying to do, but for what I see, it looked like he did a pretty good job. So you see, a lot of this is filled in. A lot of it's filled in and filled in pretty well. Like some of this I wouldn't even really change. There's a couple faces that I might try to make a little bit more accurate. Like I'm not even sure if that's really Ken Griffey Jr. or if this is, I'm called Ken Griffey Jr., Cal Ripken Jr., or if this is like somebody that he changed their name or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but that doesn't literally look like. Maybe it is. He was going for the older version or whatever. But like, okay, so like that face, I probably try to make it look a little bit, a little bit more like Cal Ripken. Frank Robinson, probably, the Eddie Murray's pretty good, that kind of thing. Just maybe go and touch stuff up. But either way, I don't have to. I'm not gonna be starting from ground zero. Like stuff like this. Adam Jones is playing really well for the Orioles, but I doubt strongly he's gonna end up on the Oriole all-time team when I'm done. So same thing with Chris Davis. I mean, he had one great year, so I don't think he's going to be on the all-time Orioles team for me. At least not the way I'm looking at it. The way I'm looking at it is the players who have actually been like, considering all their all-time statistics, who has been the best player at all of the different positions from each one. I asked everybody for their input when I did the Barry Bonds video, and people pretty much said that they wanted me to do all-time teams. A few people didn't want that, but the overwhelming response was all-time teams. So that's the direction that I'm going, and this really helped out quite a bit. But yeah, so I'm going to look at overall, like, so who's the greatest shortstop? Who's the greatest first baseman? Who's the greatest second baseman, third baseman, and so on for each organization. And that's how I'm going to decide basically which way to go. And then I'll probably go with some sort of formula for the bench. We'll keep it somewhat similar. So of course you're going to have 5 starting pitchers. Probably have as a matter of fact probably have 8 starting pitchers, so that you have long relievers and stuff like that. And then I'll have probably the rest of the rotation, the rest of the bullpen will be made up of the rest of the bullpen will be made up of relief pitchers, which will probably be closers, because if you're looking at statistically and all that kind of stuff, the best statistic to look at is obviously saves, but we could also look at stuff like holds and stuff. So I'll figure out what statistic is going to be there. So maybe we can have some middle relievers or something like that. But then, look at middle relievers. Middle relievers don't generally stay with one team for a long period of time to even have a body of work like that. So we'll see. But I think either way it goes, it'll work out pretty cool. I think he was going for Doug Jones, not Doug Johns. See, stuff like that, I gotta make sure that that's done correctly. So yeah, but like I said, none either way. There's other thing that I noticed in this particular roster is that a lot of guys have like beards, and I don't know if that was like a glitch, like the way it was transferred over. But he gave quite a few guys like look at that. That's George Brett. He has a beard. I don't know why. I'm thinking that might be like some kind of transfer glitch or something. I don't know, or maybe he didn't do their faces yet. Because, you know, doing the faces and stuff takes a long time. So maybe he just picked like a white guy from AAA and made him George Brett, gave him the ratings, but didn't do the face yet. That's probably what it was. Because if you look, like in this Albert Pujols, that's his face. But I don't know what happened with that. Because I would think he would have like a picture like that, but it doesn't. But like, not the Ken Griffey. It's the Barry Bonds is one of them. That's a really good Dwight Gooden though. The Barry Bonds, that's a good Sammy too. Where's Barry? I don't know what's up with Randy Johnson. Like he's like looks like the guy from Beetlejuice with the little head, the big muscle bound dude. There he is, Barry Bonds. Like he has a beard. I don't know why, but he does. He has a beard. So got to change that stuff, but like I said, great jump off point. Roger Clemens has a beard. Might be able to get through this quicker than I first anticipated, which is cool. So we'll see what happens. Really looking forward to doing this. I think this kind of stuff is just super fun to me. Love it that the show is this accurate. I mean, this flexible with allowing you to do different stuff. Wish that you know, other games were as flexible, but I think Madden's going to be like that this year, and so I may even try to do something just like this with Madden. NBA 2K on 2K14, it was like no way. There's no way you could do it really, just like no way. You could do it on current gen, but not next gen. It's like no way you could do it. So we'll see. Hopefully everything works out the way I think it will. And we'll have us a nice little roster to go off of. Also, don't look for necessarily every single really good player like this to have a 99. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to base it off of their best season. I started to do it on their average season through like their time period with that team. But it's already a long project that I have no idea when it's going to be finished. That would only just make it just that much longer. So I'm going to take the best season that guy had with that particular team and do it that way. I'm not sure. I think I probably will allow multiple guys, like, because the Blue Jays history is not that long. It's long enough now, but it's not that long. But a guy like Roger Clemens might actually be there for the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. I'm not sure. So maybe I'll have a Roger Clemens Boston Red Sox version, a Roger Clemens Toronto Blue Jays version, that kind of thing. Frank Robinson with the Reds, Frank Robinson with the Orioles. He would definitely be a person that fell into that category. Barry Bonds probably with the Pirates, Barry Bonds with the Giants. So that's just a little bit of an update. Somebody did point out to me though on the comments. They were telling me which batting stance was the best for Barry Bonds. The one they picked, and they told me I think was like Legend 12. Absolutely better than the one I had. The one I had was pretty good too. I don't know who it is, but that legendary Legend 12 is spot on, Barry, because it's in alphabetical order. You just don't know exactly who is who. But yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna switch that one there. So look for the next update on this project to have even more people, you know, there. So look, you see a batting stance for Mickey Mantle. I think that's pretty good. I want to see some of this stuff. I won't have to change. Oh, that's a good Babe Ruth. That's a good Babe Ruth. Very good Babe Ruth. I mean, you really wouldn't be able to make it much better than that. I don't know if he moved his bat though. And I also don't know whether or not. I guess he probably did. Whether or not, like, oh wow, that's really good Babe Ruth. That's really good. But I also don't know like how baggy. I would think that the pants should be as like baggy as possible, because you know they wore the big like bloomer pants. And I'm gonna just check and see if you can do that real quick. Because I guess he does have the high socks or whatever. But yeah, and if you do baggy, then nah. So I guess the other one was the right way. So we'll switch that back. Yep, and that'll do that. But you're seeing what we're doing here. I don't know. This Babe Ruth, it looks, I mean, you can't, it's not going to get any better than that. You know, I don't think it's going to get too much better than that. So yeah, I'm excited. So we'll see what happens, guys. Y'all just stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe, follow. Peace.